stop saying things.
Hello, everyone. How is everyone doing today? Make sure you can see us and hear us okay. Give us a shout out in the chat room. Thanks for joining. Got Larry here, Rashad, Angelo, Russ. See you guys chiming in. Mark. Hey. So far, Paul, Mr. Paul Duke, and Mr. Ed Martin and Mrs. Kathleen Martin are on with us right now. We got some, you guys have some beautiful scenery behind you, Ed and Kathleen.
Yes, we're actually in Wilmington, New York. Our daughter got married this past weekend, right back here, actually, right behind us. There. And that mountain we figured would be appropriate because where my finger is right there, that's pointing at the Olympic downhill from 1980. So that's Whiteface Mountain back there where they held the Olympics.
So pretty. What's the weather there like right now?
57 degrees.
Yeah, it's 69 degrees. That's 57% battery. 69 degrees.
I'm really good at computers.
And you can tell it's beautiful blue skies. It's kind of windy, so hopefully we won't be we won't hear too much wind.
Yeah, it sounds good right now. I'm not hearing any interference. So we got Carinna. She's going to be a little late coming on board today, and it looks like Kane's trying to work out some technical difficulties. So sorry about that. We're not all here all at once, but welcome. I am Lisa. I am part of the team here at PhotoDay. Thanks for joining us today. We're going to talk to some of our PhotoDay Trailblazers today, all about how they've been using PhotoDay for sports, and hopefully that'll give you guys some ideas. Welcome if you're a new user. If you're existing, we'll all share all our thoughts during this webinar, and maybe you'll learn something today. That's what the hope is, right? I'm sorry, I got Kane texting me now. He's having technical difficulties.
Why is it that video always seems to mystify photographers?
Oh my God.
Right.
Yeah, I get that.
Well, you've got tech support here to help you out.
I got my IT staff, you know.
Yeah, it's always the video that gets them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We prefer to be no voice, just one shot.
All right.
Behind the camera, invisible.
Yeah, I know Kane lives where there's very sparse internet, so he usually has to drive down the mountain to connect. And I think he's on his mobile device, and I don't think our webinar software likes mobile devices for joining.
Gotcha.
So not all the time, depends. You have to be like super updated, I guess. I don't know. So we'll see. All right, what do we got going on here? All right, guys, we got a ton of people here waiting for us to dive in. So, oh, Jim's here too. Karen, hey, Chuck. All right, so general housekeeping for you guys. If we lock up or sound gets weird at any time, you should have a reconnect button at the top of your screen. You can just reconnect. For us presenters, we'll just have to refresh and come back in. If something happens, just be patient, please, because it is everyone's streaming these days. And then, of course, from the time we see your chat till the time we can actually read it, there's a 10-second delay. So if we don't get your questions right away, please excuse us. It's just a little chat delay there. That's so if anyone gets unruly, we can boot them out. No, I'm just kidding. But
including
there's that
the speakers, I hope.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
It's a little delay. So, and thank you guys. Thanks, Paul. Thanks, Ed and Kathleen, for carving time out to join us today and talk all about PhotoDay for sports. So why don't you tell us a little bit, Paul, I'll let you go first. Like, why don't you tell us a little bit about, like, you know, you're a PhotoDay Trailblazer. What's that all about? Like, how does this all start with PhotoDay? Just give us a little bit of back history about you and what you're using PhotoDay for.
Oh, wow. Well, my name's Paul Duke. I'm a photographer based in York, Pennsylvania, which is central Pennsylvania, like right between Philly and Pittsburgh. Well, not exactly, but we are considered central of the state. But I do a lot of sports photography in the area. And when I came to PhotoDay, or when I found out about PhotoDay, I was looking for a way to basically automate the old paper form systems that were already in place. I was using several different services, trying to put it piecemeal everything together until a friend of mine told me about Sync Sports, and I went to Sync Sports and ran into Lisa and PhotoDay the first year they were starting up, and I was like, I couldn't believe what I was hearing. So I kind of stalked Lisa all day long to listen to everybody's questions because, it sounded really good to me. And I was thinking like, what am I missing? So I just kind of stayed in the shadows and let everybody come and listen to her answers and everything. And, I was ready to sign up before the weekend was done. I'd found a vendor. I found Reedy while I was there. Used Reedy as a vendor. And I signed up right there on the spot. So I think you guys were still, you were still actually getting things ready because it was a couple of weeks before I got the, hey, you're on board and let's go. But
yeah, it was the very, very beginning. We met you at the launch at Sync Sports. So we had a very, very like PhotoDay 1.0 back then. Yeah, but I was all in before it even got started, man. So that's what I'll say. I was all in before it got started, and the very first job I had after I signed up, it was a pretty big job, 100 and so athletes, but I had been in the system enough that I trusted everything would work out, and it was fantastic. So, and it's been history ever since. Well, we're so happy to have you here, and as one of our PhotoDay Trailblazers, early adopter of the software. So you stuck with us through thick and thin. So it's awesome.
Yeah, man. Well, I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for the thick, man, because it's been good.
Oh my gosh! All right, what about you, Ed and Kathleen? Can you tell us a little bit about you guys?
I had started, I've been doing sports photography. I started sports action sidelines, did a lot of family stuff, and then came into team and individual just because the teams there needed photos, and I was doing paper stuff, and came across PhotoDay somehow or other. I'm not probably Facebook.
You weren't stalking Lisa like Paul?
No. So I tried it out for a college soccer team we were doing, and I had no clue. I was just like, text this. And, then Ed came on board 2 years ago, just about 2 years ago right now. And he, by the way, Carinna just showed up. He helped me get this thing figured out, and now we're 100% paper free. We use it for everything and love every bit of it. Using Reedy also. They're awesome. Love those guys.
Love Reedy.
Yeah.
Stand up. Flip my slide deck. Was that you, Carinna?
That's me.
Woo! Where's your camera? Come on.
I don't know.
There we go.
Hey, there we go.
Look.
Hey, Carinna.
I got my new shirt.
Yay!
Wait, I don't have a shirt.
I know, right?
Oh yeah.
Your box might be a little late, Paul. It might be on it. It's on its way there. Check your delivery.
Miles away.
Yeah.
How'd you send it? Because I just moved.
Yeah. It went UPS. It went UPS.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Oh boy, we're gonna have to look at that one. Yeah, Jim, we started. Can you guys all hear us? Okay. I think
it's just me.
Yes.
Yeah, I just want to make sure because Jim said, have we started yet? So anyway, hopefully everyone can hear us and see us. It looks like it's okay. So
Brad Shuck can see us because he's talking about the Boatwright clouds, the J Boatwright clouds behind us.
Oh, yeah, you do have those Boatwright clouds. Speaking of the Boatwrights, Carinna is here today.
Yeah.
I asked Jay, he said the Queen will be joining us. So welcome, Carinna.
Right? I need a crown.
The Queen of Smacks. We just went through our introductions, Carinna. Now it's your turn. Yeah. Can you tell us a little about you guys?
Okay. We're Smacks. And we, gosh, what do you want to hear? Like our background?
Can you hear? Sports photography. You're doing youth sports. Yeah, we can hear you just fine.
Okay, good. Sorry, I got on this like what I explained to you, Lisa, is that my parents found out they both have COVID last night. And they're just like, I've just been on a just been crazy. So they finally went to the doctor, and it's all just the whole thing. So just got the results. So like as I was supposed to get on this, I was like, hold on. So yeah, they were a wreck. So yes, so all we do is sports. That's it. All we do is sports all day long. And yeah, we so Paul, I ended up hearing the last bit of yours where you just kind of you ran into them like a few years ago. It was kind of the very beginning of PhotoDay, and we were kind of along the same lines that we just kind of like literally ran into you at a GPA convention. And I told Jay, you have to, I said, you have to meet my husband. That's what said, you have to meet my husband. And so I brought Jay over, and yeah, that's how we got started.
And you just made a post in the users group last week, and you said 100% of all your leagues are now on PhotoDay.
Yes.
You are 100% online. Awesome.
Yes, and that actually, as sad as it was for GPA to officially close its doors, it gave us the kind of like the kick in the rear end to go ahead and just go fully online. So that was, the last, like, I mean, probably the last 5 leagues that we had left who just kind of still insisted. It's like, it didn't even matter if I was like, I have this great online, it's really working so great, and you're gonna love it. Your customers, they were like, let's just do order forms. And I would just be like, okay, we can keep doing this. And then finally that was like, like the nail in the coffin. Once GPA shut its doors, I was like, listen, this place, I was like, COVID is basically shut down the lab that I use my paper order forms, and I'm not going anywhere else. I'm not gonna go research anywhere else to find more order forms. I was like, that's completely backwards. So this is what we're doing, and this is where we're going. And if you don't want to use me because of that, then I was like, then you're going to have to find somebody else. So it was, so it was good for me. So 100%.
Yay. I think Kane's finally going to enter the room. I think he finally got it all figured out, but we're just going to get started because everyone's been waiting like 12 minutes for us to get started. So thanks for that, Carinna. So let's just go around the room. Like I think this is a common question when people first start using PhotoDay. There's 3 different gallery types. And I just wanted to let them hear it from you guys. And we can start with Paul. Like, which gallery type are you using for your sports, and why do you use it? And if you use more than one, now's the time to say what and why. So why don't you kick that off, Paul?
Yeah. So I use primarily the group gallery and the private galleries, and it'll depend on which one I choose based on either the history of the that I have with the league, or the sensitivity of the league. For example, I use for group galleries, I do like a lot of football, and volleyball, soccer, those general ones that, aren't really sensitive and the league doesn't give me any pushback or anything like that, I'll go with a group gallery. However, whenever I do gymnastics or dance or anything that might leave a minor in a vulnerable state, I'll use private galleries. Private gallery is actually not authorized, but required for gymnastics photos now because of USA Gymnastics and their new rules. So every gallery I do for them is private unless it's a small, close group. But if there's a large group of athletes, then everybody, they'll get a private gallery and everybody gets their own code.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, so there's different galleries for the different use cases, which is great. What about you guys? Kathleen, what kind of galleries do you guys use? Who keeps hitting my slides? Stop that.
It's not me.
We're all so good at technology.
Not me.
The video thing.
Yeah, those previous next buttons. Nobody touched those.
Don't worry about it.
Those are my slides.
I want to be like this.
Hands up.
It might have been Kane. Kane, are you in the room? I'm sorry. 1 second. Kane, are you here? No? Is he not here? I saw him come in. Kane, I see you.
Come in. Maybe he's the one pushing the buttons. He just
I know.
Maybe Kane, what's going on? So we are, to answer your question, we are.
Can y'all hear me?
Group galleries.
Up, Kane.
Well,
Is that me?
Yeah, that's you. Where's your video, Kane?
I gotta hit it some way. That was me hitting your thing. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Hey.
Kane in the car.
Kane in the car. We got it. All right. All right. So sorry about that, Kane. We went through introductions, but we're on the gallery types now. So I'm just going to have you hop in after Carinna. So Ed and Kathleen, you are up. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no problem. And welcome, Kane. We got some different places here. Paul's in the office, Carinna's in the office, you're in the car, we're sitting in the mountains. Crazy. But we've so far only done group galleries. We shoot mainly high school age kids. So Paul, the stuff you were talking about with younger kids, we haven't faced that yet. We do dance studios, we do a few rec leagues, but they tend to be older kids, and we've never had anybody balk at using the group galleries. I know the facilities that PhotoDay has for private galleries are unbelievable. We just, we haven't had to block anything out. We actually like the fact that everybody on the team or in the league is able to see each other's photos.
And they like it too, because they, sometimes we'll do kids buddy shots and stuff. And they all like to, they're talking about, oh, we just saw so-and-so. And that motivates them to get on Facebook and say, hey, I just saw your kid, looks good. Or they'll send a text out. And so that kind of helps us a little bit. Kane keeps popping in and out.
Yeah, he's having all kinds of technical problems. So, so we got a question coming in hot from Tim. What's the difference between group and public galleries? Group asks for a code, but what does that mean, right? So, I think for the biggest difference is that the public galleries give you a direct URL, so the customer can go right into the gallery without entering that code. And group gives it a little bit more sense of security to where there's no direct URL. They still have to have a code to get in, right? There's no public facing URL for people to share around and get in the gallery. They have to have that secret code that you make for your gallery and for the opt-ins. And I think Carinna, now on to you. You guys use mainly the public galleries, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes. We mainly do public, and we really haven't had any option or issues with that. It does make it like to do anything else to greet, like I find that the group gallery, it creates that one little barrier that I'll find that I have too many questions being asked as to the access code. So anything that like adds one more step into anything for the parents to find their pictures, I don't want that. So I want them just to be able to get straight to their pictures and just start. So yeah, mainly, basically everything is private. I'm sorry. Public. Yeah.
Public galleries. Yeah.
I hadn't thought of it that way. And just having a single link, because parents, barriers to entry, all that stuff, really good idea.
Yeah. And I mean, a lot of, I think a lot of commerce solutions on the market today outside of PhotoDay are mainly those public type galleries where group does add that just a little layer of protection for a sense of security for any concerned people. And then private obviously is the ultimate security where only those kids can see their photos with their special code. Hey, Kane, can you hear us now?
I can hear you.
All right, cool. Looks like you got maybe a little low connection, but hey, what kind of, which types of galleries, back it up first since you weren't here for the intro. Can you tell us a little bit about you? What you do at the studio, when you started, how you found out about PhotoDay, and then which type of galleries are you using in PhotoDay?
I try to remember all that. Can you hear me? I'm coming in okay?
Yeah, you're good.
So I found out about PhotoDay like when you guys first launched at Sync, basically. I found out about it back then. And we shoot a lot of volume sports. I'm actually on my way right now to a league in the next 2 hours waiting on Lauren. And I think we use public galleries also. We just put it out there, one code, and, we do the rack card thing, hand them out, all that type stuff, and just allow the parents access that way. So, yeah, that's what we do.
Yeah. And we had a question coming in, too, from somebody. They said, let's see where it's at. Can you explain further why you wouldn't always go with private galleries? That's a great question. So maybe we'll go around the room and, why wouldn't you always go with private galleries? Paul?
And work.
Number one being pretty much behind the scenes work. I have to kind of, I mean, I'm an IT guy, by trade. So, I like to automate everything. So I have my CRM set up where people can register and then they get a code and then they'll automatically get an email back with their code. But that's just another step of things that has to be done. So, and each person gets an individual gets an individual code. So now, because there's separate galleries, now you have to use the Capture app to basically sort everybody, in their proper gallery, in their own personal gallery. So there's a couple more steps. If you don't have to use that, that extreme private gallery, then I wouldn't. I only use it in situations where it's either required or, it might be, highly sensitive.
Yeah, private galleries do require that little bit more work, extra communication too. And it's nice on the group or public galleries just to have that one access code that everyone opts into to connect about picture day, right? So it's just a lot easier to communicate it. I think that's the biggest reason. If you can get away with a public or group gallery, then by all means do it. Right.
Right. Because because if you don't, then what happens is that you're going to have a list, a pre-printed list of all those access codes for all the parents who didn't opt in. Right.
Yeah.
So right. And or, maybe something, their email was input wrong or, so I tell them, I'm like, just go to your email, your access code is there. Well, that just opens up a whole different can of worms of just like little bitty when you have 700 kids and you get 10% of them who didn't go in, that's still like 70 people who are contacting you. You don't have time for 70 people. So, to find their access code and to help troubleshoot. So anything that creates the least amount of barriers for me, basically, which is going to be, like Paul said, that one access code. And you're just like, it's bald 21. Like, that's it, right? Right. It's bald 21. What is it? Bald 21. Everybody out there. And that's it.
Yeah.
I wonder where that came from.
Are you saying ball or bald?
Bald. What? Bald.
Oh my God. What about you, Kay? And what you're using? You're using the group galleries, right? You're not using the private galleries.
Yeah, we're not doing private. And that's Lauren on that back end of it, but it's just more work. I don't think it needs to be done. And we're not trying to reinvent the wheel. I mean, for you might as well say the big names that does do the sports around here, they don't have it access like that where it's just public. Half of the stuff goes on when we shoot the leagues, half of the stuff goes on their Facebook anyway. So it ain't like their Facebook is private, it's open to the public and stuff like that. So with just, showing that bit of information, there's no need for us to go back there, create more.
I think we lost him.
He's going in and out. We got another question in here. Do you guys ask your leagues what they prefer before the shoot, or
no? No. Do we ask them how they'd like their poses done? Do you want to do paper?
No, you just come in and talk about how great it is and how easy it is to access things.
Yeah. Rule by we're the little dictatorship over here. No committee.
Well, you got to run your business the most efficient way, right? So if this is the most efficient way to do it and you're going to pass that savings of time and effort on to the customer, it's a good way to upsell it. And, as far as Chuck's question is here, can you allow FaceFind only as a way to sort images of your child in the public gallery to find the images? Yeah, you can toggle on. There's 3 different search options in private and group, right? Or in public and group. So you can toggle on and off view all photos, tags, which is basically your folder structure. And FaceFind. So you could leave a FaceFind only gallery if you wanted to. We have people that do that. You just have to make sure that your people are safe. And if you do get somebody that's like, I don't want to use FaceFind, you're okay with turning on tags or turning on view all photos for that one person that might have be a little weirded out about it. So they still get that, but it's very rare. It was a lot more common when we came out the door 3 years ago than it is today. So yeah, for sure. And no one complains about having to go through all the pictures to find their kids' photos. That is the beautiful part about PhotoDay. They got Face Find. Upload a photo to find a photo. I mean, it is, it's a really, really great part.
If you're standing there and you show it to them, they're all like, "Oh, magic. That's incredible." I'll show it to some of the sports teams and the kids are like, "That's incredible." And,
and also using the tags allows them to be able to, filter the list down. So if they don't feel like going through the entire list, they can choose. I use tags also. So, they can choose their kids, team, the parent or whatever I use for that tag. And then, it'll whittle it down a little bit more if they don't want to go through them all.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about, Sandra had a really great question here. Sports that have 2 picture days for the same school. So, you know what? Can you guys hear that feedback? Am I getting that?
I do hear that. It's not here.
That might be
Kane.
Yeah, I think he muted, so I think he's good. All right, cool. Thanks for that, Kane. But I see a little bit here. It says I'm planning to get set up for 2 picture days, right? I'm planning to get set up just one group gallery so parents on multiple teams can purchase on one order. Do you ever use one group gallery for multiple dates to help it out? And does that cause any confusion?
We do it, and like Paul said, we use tags. They can use Face Find and find them across the whole gallery, or use tags and separate it up by dates or sport or whatever you need to do.
Team, lacrosse, we did it for those too. Yeah, we had like a swim team with 5 different swim teams, and so you could go in and get your own swim team.
5 different neighborhoods. It wasn't just the same group and different dates. And it worked great.
Wow.
People were able to find it easily.
Yeah, and I think Brandy's question too is like, have you ever had any issues with like foster kids or people that can't have their photos online? I think from what we hear on our end, it's really rare that does happen, and we can remove them and delete their data. We have the whole thing that they can go through and remove it completely and order a different way. But it's so rare. You always want to cater to the 98%, not to the 2%, right? So, but in that case, just, still, if you have always have a plan if something like that happens, and never cause any friction. Just do what the customer wants, remove their photos, and order it the old-fashioned way, manually through the lab. So,
or just create
a separate
whole nother gallery.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
Yeah. Got some other questions. We have a lot of questions, guys. Holy cow! So
bring them on.
Bring them on is right. How do you find people copying photos and not buying screenshots?
They just do it. Make your watermark ugly, aggressive.
Our watermark is getting uglier and uglier over the years.
This photo is stolen by this jerk who's showing this, something like that.
Yeah.
And then it's all there.
Yeah, it's funny because I don't get that. I don't get that issue, and it's probably because my watermark basically says this photo is not purchased. Do not post, and it says it like right in the middle of it. So
that's really good. What grade though? What grade are you working with?
What grade?
What age group?
Oh, I've done from preschool. I mean preschool through high school. And I've only had that happen once. And since I changed my watermark to say, this item has not been purchased, please do not post, and put it right in the middle, nobody has ever taken it ever again.
Yeah.
That's cool.
We had another that the high school took everything. It was the football team was posting them up there, and the football team had everything posted up like, thanks LKN Images. I'm like, thanks.
Oh wow. Yeah. I've said before to some people that had asked me about that their watermark was too pretty, and it doesn't say enough, or it doesn't kind of shame them enough to say, hey, I probably shouldn't put that online. You know, it just kind of flows with it. It looks good.
Yeah. They're helping you and making it look good. Hey, we advertised and we tagged you. I'm like, great. Thanks. I got no money for that. But hey.
Yeah. Well, let's dive in, because we'll get back to the watermark and screenshot here in the slide after this. But let's dive into like packages, right? I think another struggle that a lot of people have with moving online, I mean, we've all had it. We've all gone through these questions is, you know, now that you're selling image first and image is your inventory, what happens to your packages? You know, can you talk about how you've redefined or how you've changed your packages, like little things that you've tweaked to make them work better in the PhotoDay world?
We asked Carinna a lot of questions. She gave us some great answers. So, you know, a lot of our packages are designed after what Smacks has learned over the years. Not to throw you under the bus there, Carinna, but thank you.
Right.
It was terrific for us.
Oh yeah.
But one tip I will put out there is we found that giving the packages kind of fun names gets people to click and look at it. So we've come up with, you know, Grandma called and wants new photos. Or, you know, heavy metal rock star, and that one has a metal print in it. So it's kind of indicative of what's or suggestive of what's in the package, but it gives people a reason to click in and say package A, package B, package C. That's boring. So that we think is getting a lot more click through. We've seen a lot more package sales since we switched over to the fun names.
And also we talk it up. We explain to the kids, we're standing there talking to them because we don't see the parents. We explain to them, say, hey, you got to go check the packages. And anytime a parent that calls in or does whatever, we're like, go to the packages. And we kind of really push that out and say, you save money on the packages. You know, just go look for them. You're going to spend $50. You're going to get better on a package.
Yeah, I think my favorite package is still, I love the way Jay and Carinna, you guys do the digital plus print mix. I have to say it every single time, because when you just sell digitals, they can print them anywhere. And if the prints look like crap, then it comes back to you. They complain, right? But if you sell them the digital alongside of the prints, and then they can see the professional quality prints. So if they print it somewhere else, now it's somewhere else's fault. It's not your fault. Right.
Right. And, you know, a lot of people just don't realize the value in prints right now anyhow. And so I think it's kind of in a backwards way of like kind of educating your customer too, right? That they still need the prints. And because it's actually kind of nice to see the prints. Right, to actually have them like in hand and have them. So
computer.
So if I so my digital packages, if I'm going to have 5 digitals, I'll have 5 corresponding 5x7s. And I do feel like that's important also for your lab too, like, because your lab is also your partner. So you also kind of want to throw them a bone too and be like, okay, you know, I got this package and I'm not just doing all digital downloads, which, by the way, PhotoDay, that's great that they're all, you know, you have all your digitals for free. But, you know, on the other end, it's like, I also still want to support my lab too, which I think for us, relationships have always been so important. And if I'm only concerned about myself and also not about my lab, then when I need my lab, I want them to also bend over backwards for me too when the time comes. So I'm constantly thinking about that relationship too. So throwing those 5x7s in, I think that's super important.
Yes. What about you, Kane? What's your favorite packages? What have you been playing around with?
Packages is the hardest thing ever. We just changed our packages probably a few months back. And I think the reason we changed is because we never really changed stuff from paper to online. So we went with the same paper numbers that we had and put them online. And that was it was hard. And like we had maybe a league or two that still was paper. And then when they transitioned and seen the other leagues, you know, the different pricing, we had to explain that, you know. So basically we just changed all of our pricing, went up a little bit because they getting quality and they getting more of a service instead of one photo. Now they get like 3-4 photos, you know what I mean? So it's like y'all paying for that. But I think we still stuck with some of our same names. We haven't gotten to like the cool names yet. So we got to definitely step our game up on that. But one of our biggest packages, it's like old school terms, like them MVP type things or that all-star stuff or whatever. Those like our biggest sellers, but just packages is hard. But I think when you're going online, you just need to price it right, and definitely don't keep the same prices you had from paper.
No way.
Yeah. Way different now. Then you're selling convenience. Yeah. Yeah. Convenience and variety.
The other thing I would add is that, Lisa, you said earlier what packages sell the best. It's probably always going to be your lowest cost package. People are going to default as, I got to buy something, so I'm going to buy this. So make sure when you set up your packages, you're really happy with what's in that lowest price package. We don't.
Yeah, your margin's good, and your margin's good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
But that's why going in the digital makes it so the package is a little bit
value is much
better for you. Better, they get a lot more, and you get a lot more.
Yeah. For sure.
Never put digitals in your lowest package.
Oh yeah.
No, never. Digital only packs are only in the biggest package. So let's talk about, because we got questions coming in that leads into Brandy's like, does this completely do away with pre-sales? Well, no, because PhotoDay's got advance pay, right? Are all you guys utilizing advance pay now in some way, shape, or form? Yeah. So advance pay. Yeah, so advance pay is completely different, right? It's not prepay because they're not pre-buying a package or something first. With PhotoDay, we do advance pay, like a session fee that they get to apply towards their future order. Right. And it like connects the communication. They spend a little money now, put skin in the game. So you have those guaranteed sales. So can you talk a little bit about how you've implemented advance pay in the pre-picture day? When does most of it happen? Leading up to picture day or on picture day itself when parents are there on, at the field?
Right. So I know with us, we've always used advance pay. I know we worked so closely with you trying to figure out what was going to be the best way to offer some type of prepay. And so for us, we do $35 advance pay. We only give one option. That's it. Because if you offer any more, it just gets confusing. So we do $35 advance pay. And if you do that, then you get the free shipping code. And that's just across the league. And I want to say early this morning, I posted something about that because somebody was asking about advance pay. And I was going up to post this program, and let me see here. It was $7,595 in advance pay that we got from this one program. And this is before I was just about to post the pictures. I was like, that's insane. That's a crazy amount of money for right? For like people to put towards it to get that free shipping. But if you really do a good job of talking it up, I think it could be implemented. I think it could definitely work.
Also, the second time around, you get the crowd that comes through the first time, and it's a little like, we're not sure. But then next year or next season when they come through, they're like, oh, yeah, we got the program, and they know what to do with it, so it makes it better.
Oh, wait, you just got the box. Look at that.
Yeah.
That is so exciting.
You sent it to the studio, and I just happened to be here today.
Very cool.
That's awesome. So the advance pay, I think it's an awesome way to like replace the picture day order form, right? You're used to getting the picture day order form with the money in it. Now you just get them to text the code and make an advance payment. Okay. Oh, Jay brings up an excellent point. I got to read his comment. 7,000 in advance pay because my video was awesome. What video? What are we talking about videos here?
Oh my gosh. Yes. Okay. So we do for all of our big programs, Jay does put together a video, and it's just out to all the coaches, the board members, the parents. It's just across the league. And what he does is that he pulls up a few pictures from last year. He says, hey, linear football, we're going to be back on this day. Texas code. He explains advance pay, what it does, and how it can give you free shipping, and then also on what to do afterwards, which is you have to wait until we post the pictures to be able to view them then. But it's just a short video, maybe about 2 minutes long, sometimes longer, depending on how wordy Jay is, and then we post it out. and then we post it out, and then it really helps. It helps, like we always have a salesperson on picture day to sell advance pay. That is huge. I mean, you know, I don't know how much more money I could pay somebody to make that $7,959, whatever that was, right? Like, it's totally worth it to pay somebody to be there, and for them to say, okay, have you opted in? Have you opted in? And it gets them on all fronts. If they aren't there, if they basically are a drop and roll, which is they dropped the kids off and rolled away, then at least they still have the video to be able to still access that code. And then I have a salesperson right there who's like, get your phones out. Do you have them out? Have you done it? They're like literally asking them, have you done it? So yeah. So
that's what I've done. I've been to quite a few photo day, picture days, especially since the very beginning of all of this. And I know that's what I do is I stood out there and I'm like, the only way you're going to see these photos is if you text this code and then make the advance payments, the only way to get free shipping. And then parents are, oh my gosh. And then you'll have like dad going like, I don't know if mom did that already. I'm like, well, just do it again. Just do it again. Just stop it right now.
All of a sudden the mom's like, why am I buying $210 worth of photos? Dad?
I'm like, just do it again. It's fine. If you don't know, just do it.
Lauren's the same way, or whenever Lauren brings somebody on board and she trains them, she'd be like, it's like security, like TSA with her. It's like, make the camera out. You need to see them text that code right then and there. I mean, she'd be pulling them. Hey, did you get the code? All right, you got your phone? Pull your phone out. And then we also take along the stand-up banners and we plaster them there. If we're doing baseball, we put the banners on the fence too, because some parents just want to take a picture from afar and not even come up. So we make sure, but Lauren, she be out there going to get them. It's just like, she's like a free samples lady. She want everybody. She plays no games.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so Kane, since you're on this subject, I have got to show everyone your video that you made, that you get your leagues or your contacts or future leagues hyped up about picture day with your company. I've got to show this video. Get the app video. Can I show it? Is it good? Because I already preloaded. All right, I already preloaded. I got to show you guys. It's like video, and then I got 2 videos to show you today. I'm going to show Kane's first, and then I'm going to show you Kathleen's opt-in video. Because finally, we know that everyone's not comfortable doing video, right? It's like really hard and intimidating at first. But yeah, right. But this is how people consume media on their mobile devices, right? They watch videos. We watch videos. 80% of what we consume on these things is video. So you got to get in front of the camera. You got to do the video. It's like if you're bringing your business online, you got to all be online, like fully immersed in the online world. So I gotta show you guys this video. All right, hold on. Let me start this. I'm gonna shut off my camera and mic while this plays too, and I'll come back to it.
Get the app, get the app, get the app, yo. 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 Get the app, fresh on the scene, they got what you need. All you do is photograph your team or your league. With PhotoDay, everything's a breeze. Click, click, 1, 2, 3, say cheese. Forget one hit, now we take them by degrees. No data needed, you just upload with ease. This 2020, now this ain't the 80s. Just the thought of order phone sounds crazy. You should make a switch here, it's about time. Order from your phone or order online. With the PhotoDay app, my business going beyond. Shout out to all the Trailblazers out there on the grind. When you get the app, yeah, this is what you're getting. PhotoDay brought to your phone is something different. Live galleries and facial recognition. Find your kids' pictures now with the quickness. Customized click order and then they ship it. You should get the app or the phones just to get it.
Introducing PhotoDay, a service that's revolutionizing picture day for today's parents.
Kane, can we use that?
That is
our
awesome.
high school market would love that. Can we use it, please?
I want to see Boatwright do one of those.
Oh, good God. That needs to be a theme song. Come on.
It's so good, right?
I'm gonna have to license that because Riss, like you asked, what do you do if you're not as cool as Kane? I'm not as cool as Kane, so I'm gonna have to license that or something.
Kids are looking at me. They're like, "Oh my God, she's like so." you know.
No, I will tell you guys. So Kane is part of this new workshop called Rise Workshops. I don't know if you guys heard about Rise yet, but he's got so many fresh, innovative ideas along with Kendrick and Howie, the three guys running Rise right now. And I know at your very first one you just did this July, you taught a class on content, how to do the content and all that good stuff, and shared a lot of your insights. And you got another Rise come here. Sorry guys, I don't mean to plug it, but I was just so excited because Kane's just so creative with this stuff. And if you can learn from him, I fully and highly recommend it. So
yeah, it's gonna be. I'm contemplating now on some new stuff I got, and you just showing me that it made me even I gotta up things now. So they put a little pressure on. So now I'm gonna up things for my future leagues. You know what I mean? I gotta get like the Boatwrights. I always see Jay doing this. So now I gotta format something where I could just drop those things in right then and there, then grab their attention and just go from there. So now back to the drawing board for that.
Right. But you don't need to be on Kane's level to make your first opt-in video, right? We can be. No, you don't. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys a sample video of Kathleen on her first opt-in video. So I got to show you guys what this looks like. Hold on. Let me.
For real.
I'm not going to laugh before I play
it. we call this outtake video number 2.
Okay, I'll take video number 2. All right, I'm gonna mute. You guys mute your microphones when I play it, just so we're not interfering with the volume. Okay.
Okay. You're rolling. You can do it right now, and it takes less than 10 seconds. Just pick up your phone and create a new text message. The number you want to send the text to is 90738. Then you just type LKN swim, one word. I just got pooped on.
So if you're doing your video,
that was the voiceover part. That was the voiceover.
Yeah, she was just doing the voiceover. Yeah, Brett.
That's usually what happens during my video. It's always something going on. Something happens.
Oh my gosh. I mean, you were so amazing to do your first opt-in video. I cannot believe a bird pooped on you during that video. Not good. Have you done more since then?
We've got a good one we did for the high school stuff. And it was funny because we sat there and I'm telling the kids, it really drives me nuts when football shows up and they've got slides and Crocs on and they got none of their stuff is out. They're just not dressed correctly. So my video says, you guys got to show up like you're going to go for a game day. I don't want to see any Crocs. I don't want to see slides. Put your cleats on. Come on, guys, show up like it's a game. And first day, we're out there, and the guys all show up with pads for our banner photos. Usually they don't have the football guys don't have the pads on, and they've got their helmets, and they got a ball, and they got cleats, and I'm like, oh, okay. Oh no, we watched the video, ma'am. We did what you said. I'm like, good job.
So it totally works for the athletes. It totally works for the parents. That they are just. You're exactly right. The other thing we do with ours is to hammer home that they're short. We do a little countdown clock in the lower right-hand corner. So they're either 60 seconds or 90 seconds. So they know they're not going to be there for a long time. It kind of gives it that ESPN sports flair to it. I don't know if Kathleen can rap and get it done and fit it into 60 seconds, but we'll
But he can really get overlay. He's got graphics and videos and a little shutter clicking. And so we can show that at some point and put it into whatever after the fact stuff.
Yeah, I'll put a link up there so you can see them. Jay's got some great ones.
Yeah. Oh, I just wanted to thanks for letting us share those videos. But I just wanted to regroup to some questions. Go back here to the questions. Let's see.
Somebody had a question.
Yeah, we had opt-ins, advanced pay. Do you require it? And I think that's totally subjective, like whether you require it to have their photo taken or not. And I think, Paul, you use advanced pay in that way, where you do kind of a roundabout advanced pay a little bit.
I mean, I totally use advanced pay, and I word it. So, I mean, if the kid shows up, I'm going to take the kid's picture, whether they do whether they do advanced pay or not. But my my handouts and rack cards and everything like that, which I usually start promoting for 3 weeks ahead of time. they're going to be worded such that you need to register to see your photos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you know, and that basically avoids people showing up and they haven't done their advance pay. If I get someone that shows up and they didn't do an advance pay, they either you know, didn't get the message, or they're new, you know, something like that within the last 3 weeks. But other than that, the RAC card basically says, you know, for them to register for photos. You know, we were using an older system where at one time, you know, with the envelopes, everyone had to pay, but I would still take pictures of kids if they showed up, you know, regardless. But yeah, so we usually don't get that, and most people usually always advance pay.
Yeah, so you don't actually require it, but your marketing says you require it, basically. That's what I think what Sean was asking. Do you require the advance pay? And I think some people do, some people don't. It really depends on how you word everything.
No, I don't require it. But if they want to get in on any specials or anything that I have, they have to have advance pay. So you don't have to advance pay, but the only way that you will qualify for free shipping is through advance pay.
Smart.
Yeah, for sure. I think, Carinna, that's how you do too, right? Advance pay is the only way to get free shipping. When you tell them that, they'll just like spend it now because they're going to spend it later. You might as well
spend
save
it anyway. Yeah.
Right. So speaking of the videos, we had a couple questions. How do you guys distribute the videos? That when you distribute those opt-in videos, how do you get them out in front of people?
We send ours to the board member. We tell them just to attach it to Facebook and go from there. And they usually do it.
Yeah, same thing. Board members, Facebook, just like any other PhotoDay marketing material, just have them attach it.
Yeah.
We're AD and the coaches, you know, high school level. We do put it up on our website, and there's one web page we tell everybody to go to register. The link is there, but going right to the league director, whoever it may be, AD, coach, that's the best way.
Yeah, for sure. Like, here's the slide with all the banners and posters. We knew we were going to get to it sooner or later, and this is on actual picture day. This is just a picture day that we did, that Jay did down here in Florida with PhotoDay, and had signage and opt-ins everywhere. So people were scanning and opting in and making advance payments before they got in line. If they didn't get the video or if they didn't see anything in advance, you still can do it right there and keep the gallery and advance pay status on the day of, since you're, you know, doing sports and parents are there. All right, let's see. Do you guys all use banners and posters and all that good stuff?
Yeah, we got a big stand-up sign. Yep.
QR code.
QR code. Adding that to your signage is
like
huge.
that.
Especially high school age kids, they seem to love that. But parents go right up with their camera and shoot it. So I highly recommend that.
Well, they're just curious. If you see a QR code and it's where you are, you're just going to go check it out. And so they do that.
Especially these days, you know, during COVID, you couldn't even get a menu anymore. So everybody really got beaten into their heads to use QR codes. We had one AD that printed it and stuck it up on the wall outside of his door and told every athlete, take a picture of that.
Hall again.
Oh boy. Then Kane just, there we go. You disappeared. You got some interference there. So a couple more questions with the advance pay here. Oh, well, first of all, I'll answer your question really quick, Brandy, since we're on it. All the signage you see here in this photo, it is available in PhotoDay. Like if you sign into your studio panel, go to resources, go to marketing kit. There's banners, posters. You can download from there, and they're in layers. They're in Photoshop files, so you can rebrand it, change the colors, make it look like it's for your studio, your brand. But it's all there for you guys. The hard part's done, like the wording and everything's done. You just change it to make it look good for you guys. Do you have a lot of people cheating, for the lack of a better word, and sharing the advance pay free shipping code with parents who didn't buy the advance pay? Do you guys notice that? I really see a lot of that.
No, we don't.
Oh, no. I mean, well, we've got a $50 free shipping thing, but you have to spend $50, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we actually do have an alternate. You can either buy the advance pay for $35 and get free shipping, or if you wait, you spend $50 and you get free shipping. That's the only way, you know, so you have to spend more.
And they do it. We have a digital package that's over $50 and they use the free shipping on it.
Oh.
It just makes me giggle each time. There you go. You get your free shipping. Click here.
Well, yeah, it's like it's automatically linked. I think when they buy the credit and then they sign into that gallery, the shipping codes or whatever offer code you gave away with advance pay is automatically linked to their.
No, these guys are entering it.
They're like entering it. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
Maybe I think it's gonna take something else off. Like you never know.
We have a lot of fun people.
Yeah. Wow. So,
now, do you all make a particular shipping code for each free shipping code, or do you create one shipping code per season that you kind of use all season long?
We've been using ours forever. Yeah.
But you got to pay $50 for it, for that one.
Right. It only works after you've paid $50. So.
Okay, for that one in particular. Okay, yep. I've been starting to think about that too, about if anybody's like kind of cheating the system. But with that, I did create this past 2 seasons. I've created 2 different shipping codes. So if I know I'm going to see the same parents because we took them in football and now we'll see them in basketball or whatever it is, I'll create a second shipping code because I don't want them to think that they can just keep using the same shipping code. Yeah.
Yeah, you can also expire them too. So put the expiration date 6 months out. So by the next season, all their codes from spring are expired. Mm-hmm. You don't have to worry about them going back and trying to use it again and get out of it. Yep. So yeah, I was just like making sure we got all these questions, you guys. We're almost right at an hour here.
Here's a question though. If you have a minimum set on your free shipping, does it even matter really that they use the same code over and over? Because they have to at least make that minimum purchase.
Mm-hmm. All you want them to do, spend $50. And, there's some breakage if they don't enter in the code. So, they spend $50 and don't get free shipping. We don't want it to be defaulted automatically. We want you to make that extra step. That's a place where I'll take that extra step. Yeah. But, go for it. You want to spend $50? Go for it.
Right. Yeah, I'm all for it.
Yeah. So let's talk about the sense of urgency a little bit, like creating that sense of urgency. Because I know when you go online, it's really scary because you're not driving away with well, it looks like Carinna and Jay have figured that out with the advance pay to get all their sales up front. But, it can be really intimidating to wait and see when your sales are going to roll in and how much they're going to be. This is this one thing that we put together, the 48 hours, put a free social sharing in your package. So if you order within the first 2 days, you do get that free social sharing. But what are some things that you guys are doing to promote that sense of urgency to get them the order right away? Whoever wants to go first.
What we do is because we're dealing with high school students, it's not even the drop-in round like Carinna talked about it. The parents are never there. So we have a different registration system. So we collect the athletes' data and the parents' data. If you go to lknmedia.com. We do this 48-hour thing, and we're able to email and text the athletes and the parents saying photos are out. If you buy them by today's Tuesday, so by Thursday night at 5 p.m., you're going to get a free social sharing download. And just direct messaging, the fact that it's out there.
Yeah. I double it up a little bit. I do the same thing where I do on the free social media for the first 48 hours. And I tell the league when we start promoting, I tell them that the first 2 weeks that they will get the benefit of promotional pricing. And then at the end of those 2 weeks, the prices go back to normal, which is usually 15% higher. So I have the 48 hours for people to get their orders in. Then I'll have the first 2 weeks for people to get their discounted pricing and, before the full price hits. So usually within the first 2 weeks, everybody has made their order. Now, I do usually get straggling orders. I mean, months later, but they're usually high ticket, like $50 and above. So I'll let them take as long as they want. Just
got that recurring revenue now that you've had enough galleries in PhotoDay. You're just getting paid no matter if you're photographing that month or not.
I mean, we're really like that. We'll take your money every day.
Yeah, all day, every day. I mean, sometimes I'll get an email from PhotoDay saying that someone made a purchase yesterday and I didn't even know about it because I didn't have to do anything. for it, because it's already set up. It's already there. Goes to the lab. They take care of it. And,
you didn't get the call on your phone or the ding on the phone?
No, I'm still on Android.
Oh, come on, Paul.
I'm still on Android, Lisa.
That Android dashboard app's being worked on now. So it should be out. It should be out shortly. I know the team wants to bring it to Android too. For those of you guys that don't know what we're talking about, PhotoDay has the PhotoDay dashboard app, so you can get push notifications every time you get a sale or every time you get advance pay, and your sales get pushed out to you versus you having to go log in and refresh over and over again. So there's that dashboard app available for iOS only right now. But Android will be
cha-ching. Quite
nice. I'm gonna go hide now. I'm gonna hide now. The Android people are gonna come beat me up.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Quick answer for Sean Mary. Yes, I do follow through, and I changed the price list.
Yeah.
You have a calendar event that tells him, 8 o'clock in the morning, change the list. So it just reminds him for each.
We're hoping to automate that soon, right? It's a new sales and marketing method. We didn't know, when you try all these different things, when PhotoDay first came out, you don't build this stuff because you don't know if people are going to use it. You don't want to build things people are never going to use and waste all that time. So you're going to have to wait until you get enough people using it and you're getting success, and then we can build out and automate some more things. And that's what, we're always doing here at PhotoDay. We're continuously evolving, continuously adding to the product according to what you and your customers, are telling us, basically. So yes. I want to automate it too, man. That's automated sales and marketing. That's where we want to go.
Makes life easier every day for us.
But I conveniently forget typically to change it at 48 hours. I'll change it at 72 hours. And people who forgot, it's like, oh, damn, I forgot they go in. They see it. It's like, oh, I'm going to sneak in. I can't prove that for sure, but we see in that other extra 24 hours before I change it, there's still a lot of sales that are grabbing that social media download. And they think they got away with something. It's like, hey,
it's like the
have at it. Let's give it away anyway.
Yeah. Nancy, to answer your question, you can make a QR code that opens up somebody's text messages and pre-populates the 90738 PhotoDay short code with the gallery code. I think it's freeqrcodegenerator.com, right? That's what that is.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, there's apps for that.
Yeah, Kathleen's like, we should do that. It's like, what do you think our QR codes do?
Like, wow,
you can take pictures and handles the IT.
Also, if you have Canva, you can use Canva to create one.
Oh, Canva does it too. Awesome.
Yep.
That is awesome. Yeah, definitely really helpful.
Yeah, there's a lot of free websites out there that'll do it. I think I use something called QR Code Monkey, and it just creates it. So.
Yeah, that is super awesome. Sorry, I'm just going through the comments here. But yeah, that free social sharing download, I think, doesn't cost you anything except for time to swap out price sheets, right? But it does help. And if you guys want to, I think we had a question in here, how do you notify the people? We can send out a custom SMS. So if you're running specials on your galleries, there's a form you can get to in the support live chat. Let them know which galleries, which specials, and we'll schedule out the promotions for you to send on those galleries during that time frame. So we'll more than happily work with you guys on that. So let's see. Yes, it would be great if we could put QR codes on the flyers too, Sean. I thought about that, but then I'm like, all the people emailing QR codes, how do you get it to do that on your phone? Like, you got to take a picture of the picture that's already on your phone because screenshotting doesn't work. So like, they just hit the button. We added a new, we just added this to the draft galleries and to the advanced pay galleries. There's now just a button on the gallery. And they press it and then it subscribes them to notifications on the gallery. So you don't have to worry about the QR code anymore. So if they consume the information through like the flyers, now they go to the link and they hit subscribe and they connect to your galleries. So we just updated that last week, I think. That change went in. We made it super easy for them. So, all right. Well, we are over an hour, guys. So if you have last minute questions for our group of Trailblazers, now is the time to ask those questions. If not, I'm sure you are all very busy. And I know Ed and Kathleen want to enjoy that beautiful weather Oh, look at that.
Quick one. Somebody had a question about the watermark, and that's what my watermark looks like, if they can see that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. What's the text say at the bottom? I couldn't read it.
This item has not been purchased. Please do not post.
I love that.
Somebody asked about digital team photos. Did we talk about that? We don't sell team photos in digitals ever.
But I know, Carinna, you do, right?
Yes. I don't really see a problem. Like, it's kind of like once people buy it, it's theirs. They're like, if you want the digital, then you buy it. Like, that's
ours are all on high school. Most of our high school parents, and the little moms out there. She's putting it up there
it's on Facebook
and Instagram, and it's so we just don't do it.
We don't sell photos because of the simple fact. Like, I went to a shoot one day. A mom said she was actually going to take the team photo, print it, and then put it on T-shirts.
Thanks.
And then we have, like, now a lot of leagues, they want to give out sponsorships, plaques, or some way to say thank you. And, sometimes it's cool. I love giving back, and we do that with all our organizations, but I'm not going to do the work to design a team photo, sell it to a person for a certain amount, and then they go and sell it after they create something with it. So we really don't do it. And I'm getting to that point now, like, with certain leagues, like, you want the team? I ask now, like, what do you need it for? And if they say, oh, we need plaques for this, I'm like, oh, well, we could provide you that. You know what I mean? So just go right here on this joint, add it, it'll be shipped directly to you. You ain't got to go nowhere else. So we do not sell a team photos.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like really depends on how you want to do it. Well, you're doing a lot of composited team photos too, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, we sell them on there. Don't get me wrong. We just don't sell a digital of them. So, yeah. There we go. We definitely sell them.
Yep. All right, guys. Well, it looks like, Nancy asked if anyone has a completed gallery they'd be willing to share with her so she can check out some samples of packages. I can probably get that over to you, Nancy. I did post an article that had PhotoDay sample galleries. If anyone here wanted to check out what the galleries look like, depending if it's a private, a group, or a public, and if it has the backgrounds feature or not, where you're able to swap backgrounds, those galleries are there. And yeah, so I just wanted to thank you guys. Thanks, Paul, Ed, Kathleen, Carinna, and Kane, so much for your time today. I know you guys are all super busy, and thanks for hopping on and sharing your expertise and experience with PhotoDay with everyone. We greatly appreciate that.
Always, no doubt.
All right, Paul, you're going to have to open that box and let me know if you like everything.
I'm sure I will. I'm about to tear into this in a second here.
Yeah, you guys all should be having boxes arrive. I know, Ed and Kathleen, you're not home, but it's probably waiting for you. So.
We'll be home first.
Yay, going home.
Yeah, it's totally cute. Whoever did that, whoever took the time to put that together, they did a good job.
Oh, that was the creative team. That was Rainer and the creative team, and Ryan and Attilia. They worked really hard on that. So
I'm excited.
I gotta call home, see if I got a box.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So,
all right, guys. Well, I hope you have a great, wonderful fall season and super profitable. So you know where to find me if you need me. And for anybody else here, you can reach out to support@photoday.io or just log in, find us in the chat bubble. And we're happy to continue and answer any more questions you can and help you get started with PhotoDay. So thank you so much, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
Have fun.
Okay, bye.
Bye.